I wanted to take a moment to talk about Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham's public health order last month that was temporarily banning guns being in public places, just for Albuquerque, just for 30 days. I was against this idea, but only because I knew how Second Amendment advocates would react. I knew exactly how y'all would react. If nothing else, you guys are predictable. You think that constitutional absolutism is a thing. It's not. It's fucking not. First Amendment. You don't, it's not absolute. You can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. You can't fucking make death threats against people. You can't fucking harass people. You can't cyberstalk. A lot of people are going to say, well, it's just my freedom of speech. No, there are limits to your fucking freedom of speech. Likewise, there are limits to where you can take your fucking guns. I'd like to assume that most of you Second Amendment advocates could have the decency and the wisdom to understand that, but I guess not, because too many of you act like Cro-Magnon buffoons. You all went apeshit when you heard about this order. 30 days. Temporary. Just in Albuquerque. And I've seen people calling Michelle Lujan Grisham a tyrant. And you guys are not doing anything for your cause. You're just revealing how childish and paranoid you are. Look, no one's going to take away all the guns. But every time something like this happens, you seem to be under the impression that somebody, the boogeyman, I'm guessing, is going to take away all of your guns. Look, one of my favorite channels is Bo of the Fifth Column, and not too long ago, he said something that I 100% agree with. No one's going to take away all the guns because the number of guns in this country, the USA, vastly outnumber the number of people here. A lot of you gun advocates are going to say, oh, that's great. And I'm going to say, no, that's not great. That's bad. Because there's too many people who definitely should not have guns, like convicted felons and people guilty of, domestic violence. Do you think those people should have guns? No, they should not. Second Amendment advocates. Should convicted rapists or pedophiles have guns? That's another limit on the Second Amendment I'm sure that you would agree with. Another thing, a lot of you Second Amendment advocates advocate against drag queen story hour. Hypocrisy much? I mean, you're wanting to take away, freedom of speech by having them get rid of critical race theory, books, and fucking drag queen story hour. Nobody's fucking reading dirty books to your kids. And if there happens to be a copy of, 50 Shades of Grey, it's probably in the high school library. And let me tell you something else right now, and this is quite a segue, so I apologize. But if you think books like Genderqueer constitute hardcore porn, you're a fucking idiot, because no one is checking out Genderqueer so they can jack off to it. You think anyone checks the Bible out at the library to jack off to it? No. If you can't tell the difference between Genderqueer and Backdoor Sluts 9, you have no idea what you're fucking talking about, and you're proving what a fucking idiot you are. I mean, the NRA has put this fucking paranoia, this ridiculous amount of paranoia in people's minds for decades now. So that when you hear anything about, revoking gun rights, you automatically assume that it's going to affect you instantly, and you're going to get all your guns taken away. I consider myself a moderate when it comes to gun ownership. I'm fine with some people owning guns, but there have to be limits. Felons should not be owning guns. Anyone convicted of any offense involving domestic violence, rape, anyone who's a convicted pedophile should not own a gun. Like I said, I'm not a constitutional absolutist, and I think it's a complete fallacy to say that the Second Amendment is absolute. It's not. And when Obama was trying to do his thing with what was it? I think it was assault rifles or assault weapons, whatever your preferred preferred verbiage is. I mean, it wasn't trying to take away all the fucking guns, but you people you Second Amendment advocates try to paint it that way because you're childish and foolish and paranoid. And I'm sure that a lot of people watching this are going to think that I am some sort of fascist dictator because I'm being moderate. And I actually got this response a few months ago. And if nothing else, it proved to me that you all are paranoid. Because when I tried to say something moderate about gun ownership, you people instantly assumed that I was wanting to take away all the guns. All of them. The fact that you people responded that way, you're not demonstrating that you're competent adults. You're demonstrating how silly and how childish and how paranoid you really are. Which, you know what that does? That makes me want to fight against your right to own fucking guns when you're that fucking mentally paranoid and out of your goddamn mind with your childish, baseless fears. Just like with any other amendment, there have to be limits. There have to be limits. And it's too bad that you Second Amendment advocates don't have the rationality or the wisdom to see that. But here's the thing. After less than a week, Michelle Lujan Grisham lifted the order. Because she's not a tyrant. For whatever nasty or horrible things you want to say about her, she's open to compromise. And let me just point something out to you fuckers who keep calling it a tyrannical order. There's plenty of places out there where you're not allowed to take a fucking gun. You're not allowed to take it in the airport, a movie theater, a concert, schools, the courthouse, airports. Did I say airports already? You're not allowed to carry a gun. If you take a gun into an airport, watch what happens, motherfucker. Watch what fucking happens. Is having a temporary ban on you having them in public really that much of an imposition for you? Because if it is, and I'm guessing the vast majority of you are men out there who were angry about this order, the fact that you think you need guns all the time and you can't go a day without fucking carrying one, that doesn't show you're a man. That means you're the biggest fucking pathetic ass, dickless motherfucking snowflake. And you're pathetic. You're fucking pathetic. And the thing is, you people scare me so fucking much with your bullshit paranoia that I'm thinking about getting myself a gun really soon. And it disgusts me that I think that I have to get a gun to defend myself from you people. It makes me very angry because I can't stand the thought of taking someone's life, even in self-defense. But you people, you're more than willing to do the whole from my cold dead hands bullshit. And you're going to accuse me of virtue signaling, I'm sure, when I say that I would feel guilty about killing anybody even in self-defense. Fine. I don't fucking care. I mean, for all the times you people say that I'm virtue signaling because I say that I want to wear masks or get the vaccine or whatever, you people haven't demonstrated to me how that's a problem. It's only a problem because it conforms to your conspiracy-driven bullshit view of the world. But mostly, how you think things are going in the USA. Even Colin Noir said some bullshit about this. You know what the funny thing is? Colin Noir, by the way, I call him Colin Noir because I think he's full of shit. But even he said that he doesn't open carry. Even Colin Noir doesn't fucking open carry. Last time I checked, anyway. I can't stand watching that asshole. He's just another person who caters to the NRA's bullshit propaganda. And make no mistake, it is propaganda. And let me tell you something right now. If anyone's being a fascist, tyrannical dictator, it's the people in the Republican Party. Michelle Lujan Grisham compromised because she's a Democrat. And like I said, for all the nasty things you can think of to say about her, she relented. She compromised. And while I despise that, because I think some things you should not compromise on, I was glad that she at least listened, even though I didn't agree with the reasoning of the far right Second Amendment extremists. The fact that you people care more about your guns than children, and then when I make that comment on Facebook, you laugh your asses off, that's very disturbing to me. And that shows how mentally impaired and how mentally crippled you all are. Congratulations for convincing me that some of you fucking assholes should not have guns. Not all of you, just some of you, especially those of you who are fucking convicted criminals. It's just my opinion. Take it or leave it.